see how jealous and competitive you are. Why am I jealous? Focus on your focus. Go and continue.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as that Mom of 5. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So today I've just come here to share the highlights of the Real Housewives of Lagos reunion part 2. Let me sip a wee bit of my coffee because the previous videos I've tried to bring for you guys, DSTV has been copyrighting them. So without wasting much of your time, let's just dive into it. So the first scene opened with Uti. Obviously the ladies is a continuation. So Uti came in and asked who would Uti likely mostly be amongst the women. So all the women all said, oh, Uti could be a mixture of Yabo and a little bit of Tiana, or Uti could be a little bit of Laura and Chioma. They kind of said Uti could be one of them. But when he asked Carol who she would love Uti to be if Uti was to come with them, and Chioma was like she would like if Uti was someone new from the people amongst them. And when she said that, they all just kept quiet, like, Caroline be giving them sassiness, like, yes, she wants whoever's going to be coming in among them should be new. So this next second scene was the question Uti asked, that was there competition between Chioma and Tiana, with Tiana claiming to be a kingmaker. They both had their say, like, Chioma was like, her fashion is different from Tony, that she's definitely not going to wear crayons, gbos, because Tiana wears crayon. And I'm sure somebody already said that Tiana really doesn't, it's not as if Tiana does fashion, it's more or less like most of her outfits are costume based. But then in Nigeria, who is wearing costume in that crazy weather, in that hot sun? So even for me, I'm not really a fan of Tiana's. Maybe not all of her work, but some of her work, say when she's doing the dresses and the jumpsuit and stuff, she's doing well. But when she's going with all those costumey thingy, it's not my thing. So Chioma was right. So there was an argument there with, like, what Chioma was like, she's not being in a competition with anybody. She likes to talk, like every time somebody tries to explain themselves, Tony is always interjecting, like popping her mouth. She won't give them the chance to express themselves. Like, Tony likes to talk, but then when you've had your own part of the conversation, let other people have their own say as well. But I found that Tony is only somebody who has something to hide that will act that way. So I don't like the aspect of Tony. So Tony kept on talking, digging things up. It was just even things that are really not necessary. She kept digging it up. At some point she said her fashion is a vanguard style. Like, people make it not tell me what's the meaning of vanguard. What's vanguard style? I don't know the meaning of vanguard style. If you know the meaning of vanguard style, pop it in the comment section. So Chioma telling Tony not to bully her, that Tony is a bully and stuff like that, and Tony was like, no, nobody is a bully. That because Chioma thinks she can speak better in English, so she thinks speaking better English is enough for her to kind of talk to people up and down and stuff like that.
And you don't want people to talk or to express themselves because you feel you know how to speak English.
So this conversation kind of geared up to where Chioma was like, why was it that it was at Laura's fashion show that Tony was showing her work, and Chioma, the fashion police or event police, or like, it was not fair that you were showing me your work while we were at Laura's fashion show. And Tony was like, no, Chioma, you asked me about my work and I was showing you. And Chioma was like, was that at that show that I was asking you about your work? I was not asking you about your work. So Tony was like, let them show the clip so we can see. So Tony was like, no, I was only showing you inspiration.
They should play the audio. What were you showing me there? You're showing me your work. Why at that particular point in time? Or inspirations? I was only showing you inspiration. They kept going on and on, back and forth. At some point, Miriam was like, right, ladies, enough. Let's move on, please. And Uti was like, thank you, Miriam. Even at that, they still went on. Chioma and Tony kept on at each other, like, gbos, oyinbo. Chioma giving us phone. Tony going on with, like, I think Tony is Raz. I don't like her for that. If you're gonna talk, you've been given a chance to have your own say, and if you don't have a lot to say, fine. But when other people start talking and you think you can keep interjecting, it's just not great. So I don't like that aspect of Tony, and I think it's only a bully and somebody who has something to hide that will act the way Tony does. That was how she did last week with Caroline as well. She was asked what her own side of the story was. She only said a few bit. She can like
took topics 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, and didn't say much. And then when it was Caroline's turn, Caroline took each of those topics that Toyin mentioned and elaborated on it, and Toyin won't allow her. She kept interjecting her. So Toyin, you know, when others talk as well, give them a chance to do so. Before we knew it, Miriam walked up because she was not having any more of Toyin and Chioma. At some point, Toyin went over to Chioma. She was gonna give Chioma proper pounding. Like, Toyin was so furious, like, no, you're lying, you're this, you're that, what can you say something about me? The way Toyin is giving it to Chioma, Toyin is giving it back to Chioma as well. They are giving it back to each other. Toyin stood up to go, like, you know, try to assault Chioma, but the crew came in. I'll drop a clip somewhere. The crew came in to make sure that did not happen. Toyin was furious. Even when she was walking off the set, she was still ranting, and that thing took them 2 hours before they get back. They had to take off for 2 hours before they got back. So eventually they got back, and Uti had to go bring Miriam that, okay, Miriam, you can come back. Oh, they kind of like touched on that love at first sight. So this is them referring to Chioma and Caroline, that how did both of them kind of like, you know, met and, you know, click and sync with each other. So for Chioma was like, she can't really pinpoint what made her sync with Caroline, you know. And there was a video of when Chioma was saying, oh, she's like, Caroline is lovely, she's this, she's that, she's this, like saying good things about Caroline.
Caroline is the softest, sweetest, kindest, most polite, genuine.
And then when they went back to Caroline, that what was, I mean, how did both of them go to sync at first sight? So Caroline was like, because they shared the same birth month, and she was a client of Chioma in the past, so that they kind of like clicked. Like, Chioma was like a sister to her, though she's just like a year older than Chioma, that she felt that was the reason why they clicked. So they kind of like showed the story for when Chioma said to Caroline that this girl, you are Lakoba, you just threw me under the bus like that. That was when Caroline and Laura had that fight, and Caroline go on to say that Laura said she'll keep doing that to cause drama or something like that. So Caroline said Chioma told her that we all watch how Chioma did not say a word. She did not even flinch. She was stone-faced when Caroline said that. So, and during Caroline's testimonials, Caroline was like, yeah, Chioma told her that, but she was surprised that Chioma did not say anything further after she mentioned that. And then we're showed when they went shopping for interior stuff, where Chioma was like, Caroline, you threw me under the bus. How can you do that? Like, how can you do that to me? You just alak about that. If you're my friend, obviously Laura told her that what she said in confidence, and if you were a friend, you wouldn't hear anything you told her in confidence. But in this instance, Chioma told Caroline because she felt they were close friends, and Caroline throwing her under the bus, you know. At that point, Caroline apologized, said that, you know, I'm sorry, I know it wasn't meant to be that way. And Chioma was like, it's a girl code. If your friends tell you something, you don't throw them under the bus. You don't say things like that when you are not being told to say things. At the end of the Chioma was like, you know what, Caroline shouldn't have said what she said about her, you know, by throwing her under the bus. And Caroline apologized for it. And when Caroline was asked what actually happened, Caroline was like, no, I was not looking for any cracks in this relationship, but yeah, the cracks did happen, but truthfully to her, that she wasn't looking for any crack. So that was scene 4 there. So the next scene was where they were talking about the trip to Dubai. And Dubai, that was Tiannah's 40th birthday. And we all know that, you know what, drama started from the airport, just as Uti said. I think the first drama was obviously Caroline was not happy because she lost her bracelet, which was about maybe $43,000 or something. So Uti asked if Caroline find the jewelry, and she said no. And I think she said she was able to send an email. Like, Caroline, please, if anybody's going to gift you an expensive gift like that, make sure you take out an insurance on your own. I mean, it's good enough that you're getting thousands in dollars worth of gifts. For you to get an insurance on it, it shouldn't be that expensive. So I believe if you have an insurance, because you did say to Yabo that you have an insurance on it. So Caroline, if you have an insurance on that thing, make sure you speak to your insurer and let them replace that jewelry for you. And if they can't replace it yet, get your cash, okay? So that was the first start of the Dubai incident. And then the second one was when Miriam gave Toyin a whooping that, no, how can you give me Kitty's room? That obviously she won the game from the show when Toyin hosted that Lagos party, and she was meant to have the best room after the host. So she was given a kiddies room, and Miriam was raging that, what do you mean? Like, no, let's put age on it. You can't give me a kiddies room. And all those three ladies, in fact, she was going to say 3 kids, but she quickly corrected and said all those 3 ladies that put age on it. How can you give me a kiddies room? So in the reunion, she did say actually our room had one of the largest space and one of the largest storage. It was just the bed and the bathroom that did not do it for her. And Yabo and gbos called our room Oshodi Hotel. So that was that. So that kind of like went on to Yabo saying that she didn't like, the least place she had fun was the Billionaires Club, and as we all know, Caroline took them to Billionaires Club. So she was like, and she didn't have fun there because she noticed that Caroline was being moody at some point. I think something has happened in the back that I think Tony later Yabo later found that, and she was trying to be the big auntie and have a chat with them, but she did say that she was not happy, and I think she went on to meet Caroline to have a chat with her because she felt, I think, Tiana was rude to Caroline, and that was in, I think, episode 11 when Tiana was talking to Laura, and Caroline was like, excuse me Tony, can I get a cup or something? And Tony told Caroline, why are you being rude? And I felt, regardless anything, Tony has no right whatsoever to speak to Caroline like that. Yeah, these people are 2 grown adults, and if they decide not to be talking to each other, if they decide not to be nice to one another, you can't force them. You can't force them. Even if you're trying to force them, that's you being rude just because you want to please somebody. Yes, we understand you were not talking to Laura at that point as well, but you both know what's happening between these two. So you telling Caroline that she was rude because she said, excuse me Tony, can I get a cup? She said excuse me. What else do you want? You expect her to say excuse me to Laura too? I expected Tony to understand that yes, both of them are not on good terms. For the fact that she says excuse me, she's excused you, and then attend to us and be like, why are you being rude? This is that. I think that was one of the things that kind of like made Caroline being a bit moody and saying that she doesn't want to be a part of the show. We didn't see that part of it, but according to what the women were saying, that Caroline was having issues with the crew. She was saying she doesn't want to film anymore, blah 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 blah. She had every right to. If she thought things were not going the way she wanted, she could leave. But how she's going to return the money they paid her, that one I don't know. If there was any money at all. But Yabo explained what happened behind the scene, how she heard everybody were complaining about Caroline leaving. Eventually she said Caroline apologized, and Yabo was like, yeah, Caroline apologized with a gift, but then the kind of person she is, when she's angry, she wanted to be left alone. I felt Yabo was right about being left alone, but then Chioma did not make that really well. Chioma did not make that go well for Yabo. Yes, Caroline has applied several times. She's bought Yabo a present, and Yabo was like, that present was just irritating her. That I think, was it Tony or somebody else was trying to open the gift, and she was like, don't open that gift though. That was a gift Carol bought Yabo as an apology gift. That don't open that gift though, that gift is even annoying me. So I think Yabo will have healed and let that argument or fight go easily, but Chioma was putting fire into it. Chioma kept going on about the apology was not real, they did this, that, that. So Chioma made it difficult for Yabo to move on from that fight, because yeah, Yabo was trying to heal and Chioma kept going on, your apology was not genuine, So Chioma was a bad bitch in that. Sorry for that. Chioma was a bad bitch in that episode there, because she kept going on. Like I said, she is the police, she is the plastic doll, according to Tony. So Chioma really made Yabo healing from that fight with Caroline very hard to do, and I popped all of that blame onto Chioma. So Chioma is like a lying queen, lateness queen. She should have been given another lying stash as well onto her shoulder. So that way Yabo was like, yeah, she's the kind of person that when I'm hungry, I want to be left alone, and then when I've healed, I will come back to it. But like I said, Chioma made that episode, or that particular side of Yabo healing, Chioma made it difficult for her to do.
You telling me, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, and it's gonna be okay. It's not okay. That's not how it becomes okay.
Caroline was like, she went on to have a heart-to-heart talk with Chioma that our apology was real, and I don't understand how you are able to justify if somebody's apology is real or not. Do you look at them and tell if the apology is real or not? because I don't understand, you know. So eventually, while we are in the show, Miriam says she has a gift for Caroline, but before she opened the gift, I think Caroline was like, "Oh wait, let me answer this question." Don't hear me. Miriam was like, "No, I was talking before." Caroline was like, "No, let me answer this question." So eventually, Caroline answered that question, and then she opened the gift. She was like, "I need a knife to open this box," and you need to see the expression on Toyin's face when Caroline asked for a knife to open, but obviously it's been tied tight with ribbon, and you need a scissors or something. So Uti volunteered to open the box, and when they opened the box, it was a gift. So I believe that gift was the gift Caroline gave to Yabo that Miriam brought back. No, was it the gift Caroline gave to Yabo? No, I think Caroline at some point gifted Miriam. So it was a gift Caroline gave Miriam that Miriam returned back to Caroline. And why did Miriam did this? Miriam started with Chioma told her a lot of things that Chioma said that Chioma told Miriam a lot of things that Caroline said, starting from Caroline didn't want to go to that dinner that Miriam had in her house, and Chioma said the reason why Caroline didn't want to go was that Caroline said she doesn't know the women, that all those women are doing because they are friends that they do jazz. So that's like Chioma saying that Caroline said Toyin, Miriam, and all these women, they do jazz. So if you go to their house, don't eat any food, don't do that, don't this. Eventually, like Caroline was not going to go, but I don't know how Chioma was able to convince Caroline. So they eventually went to Miriam's house for the dinner. So that was what Miriam was not happy about, that she was told that she does jazz and stuff like that. So, you know, the way it is, Chioma is a very silent gossiper and silent killer, because the way she was going on, like, you know, Tony and Caroline fought, yeah, but they were not on good terms for a very long time. That was gladly given to us by Chioma. Chioma said Caroline told her the ladies that they did jazz. No, Chioma just kept on like gossiping amongst all the ladies stylishly. She had a moment she gossiped with Laura. She had a moment she gossiped with Yabo. She had a moment she gossiped with Tony. She had a moment she gossiped with Miriam. She was just going round, and at some point bringing their head together at some point, you know. And Uti kind of like addressed the issue of where they were calling, where most especially Chioma, and calling the women Raz. Like, Raz, why are you calling women Raz? Why are you calling them Raz? They are women, they have just what you have. They got boobies, you got boobies. You got Yash, they get Yash. They are living in wealth, you're living in wealth. So why are you calling them Raz? Just because they are streetwise than you doesn't mean they are Raz, which I believe that's the difference between them and Chioma. Chioma is not streetwise, but all these women, they are streetwise. So I guess that's why, reason why Chioma was calling them Raz. But Chioma, calling people Raz is not a good thing. Just because you speak good phone does not make you any less Raz than them, because lying, gossiping, putting people's head together is part of Raziness as well, if there's any English like that. So Chioma, you're not different from them, okay? So Caroline went on to tell Chioma that, Chioma, you're just lying back to back, like it's your birthright. Yeah, Caroline, I agree with you. It is Chioma's birthright, because the way she's lying, Chioma. So we kind of like went on to scene 6, where, you know, Uti was asking if Laura is feeling redeemed, because obviously with everything happening, it was as if Laura was just like, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Where did this originated from? So Laura was like, no, with everything that all of these women are talking about, being jazz, being this, that, she did not even hear of it. Obviously, because Laura is a troublemaker, and if they have to involve her, all of their pounded yam soup or all of their soup party will be busted. So yeah, Laura was like, yeah, she feels redeemed, that she's quite happy, you know. So they kind of like went on back to Chioma and Caroline, that friendship goals. Like, how can they take their friendship to the next level? Like, obviously they are friends, you know. When friends fall out, they come back together and stuff like that. So they went on to Chioma. Chioma was like, it's just the lies.
It's the lies. I don't understand. I can't explain it to you. Like,
asked Caroline. So Caroline was like,
when I say it behind you, I say it in front of you. I'm done with the friendship.
that she's done with the friendship, that she can't be friends with Chioma anymore. And you need to see the look on Chioma's face when Caroline said that. She was looking like that, like. And yes, Caroline said it. So last word that obviously they all Toyin talking about her businesses, what she's gonna be doing, the businesses she's launching. At first when they asked her, she was like Ogbomosho, because of the outfit. So she was just so they went on to Miriam. So Miriam went on to talk about her fashion show, her business line, her clothing line, that she wants to keep doing more of that, more influencing and stuff like that. So for Caroline said what she's learned on the show is that salt dust looks like sugar. I think that's how she said it. Yeah, I'm sure that's how she said that salt sure looks like sugar. And you need to see Chioma's expression when she said that. And obviously she mentioned her regrets and what she's learned, you know. And also they went on to Chioma. Chioma was like, okay, salt definitely looks like sugar. I have to agree with that. Porto, I mean black calling kettle black calling kettle black, or how did they say the English? So she kind of like went on to like she can't deal with the lies, that yeah, she's going to focus on her family, on her business. She's going to elaborate on her hair business and her copper and brass business. And then Yabo as well, more influencing, more like, you know, carrying your own cross and leaving others to carry their own cross and stuff like that. And she's going to do more of TikTok, more influencing, more film production, you know. And Laura as well. Laura like, I don't know, maybe I might go into acting. And Caroline was like, hey, it will suit you better and stuff like that. And then they kind of like went back to Tiannah, who went on like, you know what, yeah, my business, my clothing line, I'm launching another one soon, and I'm launching another book, and I'm starting my next masterclass. You know, they were just like what they're going to be doing in future. So they were asking them at the end of when they all did all of their happy ending talks, were like, you know, season 2. The other said yeah. I think it was Miriam's voice I heard yeah. I didn't hear Caroline's voice, so I'll assume that at least a few of the women are coming back for season 2. And after all, they all had a toast. All the women, you know, gave each other a toast, and I think it was only Caroline and Miriam that had a toast with one another. So that was how that part 2 of the Real Housewives of Lagos reunion went down, and we are looking forward to season 2. So I hope you've enjoyed my narrative so far. Like, if you don't agree with any of the things I've said here, it's okay. You can pop your comments in the comments below based on what I've mentioned in here, or in terms of my narrative, was I right or wrong about Chioma being a liar, being a two-faced liar, and lying because it is a birthright. Was it okay for Caroline to know lash out, even though person just poke you small, the next thing you are like, you know, blabbing, telling everybody all the way? And was I wrong about Tiana as well? Like, you know, I feel she's a bully. You know, when people you've been given the chance to talk, say your own part of the story, you're not talking, and then the next thing you want to start saying people should shut up their mouth, you want to start bullying them and then talking over them. I believe anybody who acts that way has something to hide, and I think Tiana has something to hide. So that's that. As for Laura, I don't know how I feel about her, but you know what, guys, leave all your comments down below. For me, I'm looking forward to season 2, and hopefully we see lots of gbos and drama in there. So this comes to the end of my narratives. If you have enjoyed this commentary, is that the word? Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notification so you do not miss any other enjoyment like this from me. And I hope to catch up with you in my next video. Bye.